Hey everyone, thank you all for your support in building our amazing community of craft beer professionals. We are extremely excited for our series of intimate in-person workshops in 2022, which will be here before you know it. CBP Connects, presented by Arryved POS, is going to be our dive into in-person workshops. And we kick off in Norfolk, Virginia, February 7th, 8th, and 9th, 2022 for 3 days of networking and education. But today, I have with me Matt Albrecht of River Drive Cooperage. First off, Matt, who are you and what do you do in the craft beer industry?
Oh, we'll make that long story short,
And
but
where haven't you been in the past couple months, more so than anything?
exactly. Well, travel's picked up now. Now that COVID now that COVID's whatever COVID is, travel has definitely picked up a bit. So it's been nice to get out and about, and and to all these shows, and which is why I'm excited for this one as well. But my name's Matt Albrecht, and I own River Drive Cooperage, and essentially we specialize in used barrels and aging alternatives. We try and take a pretty soft consultative approach to sales as it is, and really act as a resource for brewers, whether they're looking for a run-of-the-mill bourbon barrel or something super crazy and exotic, or other options. We like to kind of take every case on a case-by-case basis and see what we can do to help make some great beer.
And I think that's one of the many reasons I like you so much. As a person, and you've been a fantastic partner to CBP, and we're super excited to have River Drive involved in CBP Connects. But yeah, you are a supplier to the industry, but I think of you more so as an educator. You're always looking to provide value to the brewers, merely just trying to connect them with the right person or sharing whatever knowledge that you have. And you'll also be speaking at our event in Virginia. And what do you plan to give a talk on?
So we're doing a talk that I'm going to call on barrels, business, and beer. And really, it's taking a lot of the educational components of a lot of the different barrel and wood aging classes that we provide, and kind of simmering that down, but also with a bit of a business on focus on business. So it's not just a lecture on this is a barrel and here's what it does, or here's how to use it, or here's what oak does, but it's more of, a barrel is one of many ingredients, wood is one of many ingredients, and there's a lot of aspects that goes into it other than just that. There's a marketing aspect, there's a ROI aspect, investment in the barrel and the barrel related stuff, and then how you're able to market that, and then how you're able to ask for a different price point and package differently. And there's just so much that goes into it once we start calling something barrel aged or wood aged. And I just with the way that your program is going to be set up, I think I'm looking forward to just like a nice intimate chat, a lot of great slides and graphs and data, and just to really just hang out and talk barrels, business, and beer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I love the concept because so often barrels get, roped in with something that the brewer's dealing with. But ultimately, as you're alluding to, they involve the marketing team, they involve the finance people, everyone involved in the brewery, including the taproom staff. The more they're involved in the whole process of what barrels are and how they can use it to better themselves and better the company, it all just comes together.
I say in every time I talk about barrels and give a class, I say barrel aging is something that everybody needs to be on board with, from the janitor to the brewer to the taproom staff to the CFO. And the irony is, in a lot of cases, those four people are the same person anyway, so that's easy.
Well, we're going to have a lot of different hats in the room when we get to Virginia. But, speaking of in person, you've done a bit of in person already, but you've also done a ton of great lectures over the past 2 years in CBP. Why are you looking forward to giving this talk to people actually in the same room as you?
You want my total honest opinion on that?
As always.
My stupid dad jokes just don't feel right when I say them through Zoom and with no response. I don't know if it's a great sense of humor or a terrible sense of humor. I don't know how you want to gauge it, but seriously though, when it's great to still be able to get the information out there on a virtual platform. But I always get, every time I do a presentation, it gets better because I get live feedback from the people. I get crazy questions that I never thought of, or I get, to hear these experiences that I've never dealt with, and I get to learn and grow from them just as much as I'm hoping that they're learning and growing from me. And that one-on-one and back and forth and just a good old-fashioned conversation still outweighs anything, technology can do for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great to have it as a two-way street with a conversation going both ways, not you just talking to your screen and hoping people are on the other side. But next time you do present virtually, I'll be sure to have a laugh track available in case those jokes don't have the reaction you want. And I might prepare to have that in person just in case they don't go over well with the room. But either way, I can't wait to see you in person. And you and I did have the opportunity to meet a few months ago. We got to know each other really well over the internet, the past few years. And once we met in person, we kept bumping into each other out in Colorado, and we kept finding more things we have in common. And, it's all about these relationships and bringing people together who've met on the internet, some who feel like they already know one another, but then allowing them to learn together, then have 3 nightly receptions together at CBP Connects. I feel this is a huge opportunity to deepen all of our relationships. Now, we've talked a little bit about the education component so far, but why are you looking forward to the evening receptions where you're going to get to hang out in a more casual setting?
The guard's down. It's not me trying to be a professional presenter, and it's not someone, afraid to ask a dumb question because they don't want to be the one person talking in the room. We get to do and I hate calling it formal because my presentations are typically anything but formal, but we get to do that. We get to do the business part, right? Why everyone's there. And then those receptions, it's just a casual hangout, and we get to have conversations about barrels and beer, or we get to have a conversation about how I think I have the most adorable and smartest dog in the world, and I challenge anyone to prove me otherwise. It's that connection that you get with someone. I don't want customers, I want friends. I want to be the person where, they can by all means send me an email or order stuff off of the website like any other retailer. Or they can give me a call, or they can shoot me a text message, or just say, hey, listen, we've done this in the past with the bourbon barrel. What's next? Where do we go from here? How do we be different? Or how does this certain style of beer pair well with other versions of barrels and oak and spirits that are out there? What are our options? And just as I'm looking forward to, having those great conversations with friends, I also look forward to hearing from them. Hey, what worked for you? What worked for you with that crazy weird IPA that you wanted to barrel age still? How did it come out? And what didn't work? Most importantly, what didn't work, and what can we all work on together to improve?
There's so much we can learn from each other, and I'm so excited to have everybody, in one place. But you kind of gave me a perfect lead into a final question I have for you. You mentioned your dog, and your dog is very, very adorable. Can we expect your dog in Virginia?
Unfortunately, I haven't. He's not a emotional support dog, and nor am I about to go there with him, even though I know that's fairly common. But I actually, on a serious note, I did always wanted to get him trained or start a training program for dogs to pick up off odors in barrels. And I thought that'd be perfect.
Ooh, that's a really cool idea.
I can fly around the country with my dog sniffing barrels, and get away with it. But unfortunately, he's going to be holding down the fort, as he is our head of security. So I think it's more important that he stays back, keeps an eye on the place while I'm gone.
Well, we respect him for that. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your friendship. And I can't wait to see you again in 2 months. So cheers, and until then.